Hi, my name is Chrissy Oakes and I am Miss Earth New York 2008. Welcome to Keeping It Green Now.
Stretch in this space, chill a moment over there and find a different place, and chill, the thrill lies in the chase, another different spot, another air to taste, 5 cents a day, information feels so great, going all over the place, but I'm walking straight, I'm blessed and grateful to seize another day, hopefully get where I'm going, hopefully won't be late, cause as I move the earth it rotates non-stop, no accelerator, no brakes, I wanna use that momentum, whatever it takes, embrace it, put the wind on my face while streams become lakes and rivers the ocean. I'm floating like a guest that the planet is hosting. Action is the method that show my devotion. So let's go outside and get open.
Right now we're standing here with Mark Albrecht from Toyota and he's going to talk about the highway to the future.
That's right, Chrissy. We're actually out here for Earthday in New York City right now. We're actually debuting a mobile road tour for 18 and a half months all throughout the United States. And we have all 3 of Toyota's hybrid vehicles here. The first one that we're actually looking at here is the Toyota Prius. Was introduced in North America in 2000. This has been Toyota's flagship vehicle. It's a purpose-built vehicle. It was designed to cheat the wind. It uses very lightweight steel components. It's got a great coefficient of drag, meaning if you were driving down the road, basically the wind glides right over it. Okay. As you can see from inside here, it's got a lot of great amenities that you would normally find in any other vehicle. But some of the things that make it unique in here is the actual drive system. A hybrid itself is both a gas and electric vehicle. And so what that means is, on this particular vehicle, during startup and low speeds, the gas engine is turned off and you're driving from electricity from a battery goes to electric motor, and that electric motor will actually move the vehicle forward. And then at higher speeds, what happens is the gas engine will turn on. So you can see some of the features in here. One thing that's really nice is these vehicles, these are all the keys right here, but it's actually a key fob, so you don't actually need a separate key to put in the car and actually turn. It just has a little push button start right there.
And I'm sure everyone is wondering how much gas mileage does it save?
Well, not only on gas mileage, but also in pollution as well. This vehicle is rated as an advanced technology partial zero emission vehicle. For 2000 EPA standards, it will get 48 miles to the gallon in the city and 45 miles a gallon on the highway.
Wow, very nice.
Right now the gas engine is turned on. It's supplying power to this electric motor. The electric motor is then turning to actually charge the battery back up.
Oh.
And what will happen is, under certain speeds, the gas engine and the battery can work together to move the vehicle down the road, and they call it in synergy, so they work together, or they can work independently of each other. The features is, you'll kind of look at this and there really isn't a shifter that you would normally have in an automatic, but you actually have what is called a drive-by-wire system. And what happens, you see, normally you'd have a park on your normal shifter, but it's actually a button right here. So when you actually want to come to a stop, you put your foot on the brake and you hit this park button, and then you can see right up there on the instrument cluster, it will actually say park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then B. Do you know what a B is?
No idea.
The B actually stands for engine braking, and you would use that if you were going down a hill. And what would happen to be very similar if you were in a manual transmission and you were to downshift, say from like 5th gear, and you put it down into 4th gear, it would start slowing the vehicle down. In this case, what happens is this electric motor becomes engaged when you put it in B, and it actually puts drag on the vehicle and starts slowing the vehicle down without you applying the brakes at all.
Oh, wow.
So the advantage of that is less wear and tear on your braking system. So you save on the wear and tear on your brakes, and then also when you put that into B, you will actually be charging the battery back up.
Okay.
So every time in this vehicle, when you take your foot off of the gas, and you just see that right, the gas engine turned off.
Okay.
So right now we're at a stop, and the computer is constantly monitoring the battery level, and it's going to say, okay, do we need to charge this battery back up, or do we have enough electricity in the battery to move the vehicle forward?
So when you stop, the engine completely stops?
Completely stops. See, there's no arrows there right now.
Oh, wow. That's very cool.
The air conditioning in this vehicle is electrically driven. The power steering is electrically driven. In a conventional vehicle, you would have a power steering pump with fluid and belts, things that would wear out that you'd have to change over time. There's actually less wear and tear parts in a Toyota hybrid vehicle. So that's going to save you on your total cost of ownership of repairs for a hybrid vehicle.
That would be nice.
That would be very nice,
That would be wonderful. I'm always spending money on fixing my car.
So one of the things that's kind of fun too is all the controls for this is located on the steering wheel as well. So you have your volume controls right here. You can switch between the modes, say AM, FM, CD player, or your channels. You can control the temperature for the air conditioning, recirculation, and then also you can have a hands-free feature for your telephone. If you have a telephone, then Bluetooth that will actually can be used, and the system itself is all touchscreen as well. So if we wanted to adjust the audio or the climate, we just hit low, and we can adjust the temperature.
Well, I just want the car started.
Exactly. So what's happening is, remember, it was looking at the battery condition. We just turned on the air conditioning, and so right now the battery is a little less than halfway. So since we're putting a drain on that battery to run the air conditioner, it will automatically turn on the gas engine if the battery is too low. Otherwise, if the battery has enough electricity, there's no need to turn on the gas engine.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it's on, see, now it just turned off.
Okay.
And now the battery just went back up, so you see that it actually gained another bar. So there's never be a point in which your battery would just die and you'd be stuck on the side of the road. Now this vehicle itself does use gasoline, so it's both a gasoline and an electric vehicle. A definition that I like, which was from the European Union, they said, what is a hybrid vehicle? You probably have heard the term hybrid, but not really sure what a hybrid means. Well, one definition that I really like is European Union says a hybrid vehicle is one in which that it can store two types of energy. In this case, we have electricity that is stored in a battery, and then we also have gasoline that is stored in a gas tank. And now we have two ways of storing that. We have to have two ways of actually delivering that energy as power. So in this case, we're taking that electricity out of the battery and we're sending it to an electric motor to actually move the vehicle forward. The other way we could do it is have that gasoline from the gas tank go to the actual engine itself, and then we could deliver that power. So two ways of storing energy, the battery and the gas tank, and two ways of delivering that energy as power, which would be the electric motor and the gas engine.
Oh, that's very cool.
So you could actually have a hydrogen hybrid, you could have a biodiesel hybrid, you could have a compressed natural gas hybrid. It's only our imagination that's kind of limiting us right now.
So you do not need jumper cables either, right? The battery will never die.
Well, there's actually two batteries. That's a really good question. Common question that people have is, what happens if I need to jumpstart somebody else, or the vehicle itself needs to be jumpstarted? In the vehicle, you have two batteries. One is a lead-acid battery that is in any other conventional vehicle, and that would actually be used for jumpstarting another car. And it controls also your lights in the car, your central locking, a lot of the peripheral devices that you would have on your car. And then the other battery is what he calls the traction battery. That is the nickel metal hydride battery that is used to actually power the drive wheels and the electric motors. So you were asking about the two batteries inside of this vehicle, and wanted to point out the first one is the lead-acid battery. You were asking if you had to jumpstart somebody's car, how would you do that? Well, there's two ways. One, you could do that underneath the hood, there's a connection, or you could come right to the battery back here. This is a lead-acid battery. You could get that at any like Pep Boys or Craigen's or AutoZone or any of the shops around. But this one supplies electricity to your accessories, your central locking, your key fob that you have here, your radio. But the other battery, the one that actually moves you down the road, is called the traction battery. That one is actually located right here.
So every battery is in the trunk?
On this vehicle, it is actually located behind the rear seat of the trunk. In the Highlander, it's underneath the rear seat. And on the Prius, it's actually underneath the rear seat as well. It's actually kind of really behind it.
I was going to say, I was a little confused when we were walking back to the trunk. Normally everything's in the front.
And the battery itself is actually computer controlled, it's temperature controlled, there's temperature sensors on there, so it actually has a ventilation box, there's a blower motor there, and it actually can control the temperature, so if you're in really hot climates or even really cold climates, it's able to regulate that.
Oh, that's cool.